My True Oldies channel at 92.3 FM HD3, powered by River Spring Living. It's a beautiful campus overlooking the Hudson River where older adults can live, learn, and flourish. For info, go to riverspringliving.org. Now let's take a look at the forecast. Here's meteorologist John Sherritt. Clouds and a few sunny breaks out there through today. Full day for early May. The high this afternoon reaching into the low 60s. The vast majority of the time today is going to be dry. And a couple of showers the last couple hours here, Long Island, up in the Connecticut. Again, one or two spots can see a shower, but most of the time it's dry. And then this evening, a little rain could slip east for Long Island, but skies generally clear out tonight. We're down to 45. Sunshine for tomorrow, but it'll be breezy and cool, high 61, and then we'll start to warm up. Monday, sunshine, breezy up to 71. Partly sunny, windy, and warm Tuesday, right near 80. And then it looks like there's some showers on Wednesday. Right now, at the park. 2 are mostly cloudy, going up to 61 in Midtown. Back to weather meteorologist John Fearick on New York's weather station, 1010 winds on 92.3. New Iran war fallout? Well, in an ongoing spat between President Trump and the German chancellor, the Pentagon says the U.S. is pulling 5,000 troops out of Germany. Pentagon officials told CBS News the decision follows a broader review of U.S. forces in Europe and reflects changing needs on the ground. It also made clear the administration wants NATO allies to shoulder more of the burden for Europe's defense. As correspondent Olivia Gaziz reporting, there are currently 36,000 U.S. service members stationed in Germany. Defense officials privately admitted to the New York Times they wanted the move to be seen as a punishment for Germany after Chancellor Friedrich Merz's recent comments on the Iran war annoyed President Trump. Hey, New Yorkers, it's time to get out there and meet each other. Sugary, a.k.a. Gary Sue, asked the question, what could combat the loneliness epidemic, specifically for people in our city? When they close their laptops and they're done with their 9 to 5, they're seeking out these social modalities to actually connect with people and enhance their interest. So he co-founded Community Week NYC. It's a schedule of more than 100 events throughout May that allow people to take part in something that they love and take the opportunity to build community. And the events include everything from pizza crawls to houseplant education clubs to karaoke to board games. Got games like Joust. They're a community that takes the concept of board games and gathering around board games to a much more elevated level. All the info is online at communityweek.nyc. Linda Lopez, 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM. Bless the bikes. Today is the annual blessing of the bikes ahead of the TD 5-Borough Bike Tour tomorrow. The event at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine open to cyclists with a horse-based tradition. These 24 days, so 1010 Winds. We've been doing it for a long time, and it means that people come and bring their bikes in at the beginning of the warm-up of the season, so we can offer a prayer for safety for the year and remember people that we've lost in the last year. It's a really fun tradition. Everyone's welcome. They're welcoming everything from cyclists to skateboarders to scooter riders. Now, tomorrow's 5-Borough Bike Tour will mean some major traffic issues, so you will want.
Hey, how are you, Austin? Everything okay?
Okay.
Man, would you step by the church anytime?
Yeah, now I'm free. Today free.
Okay, would you come to the 10 o'clock church?
Maybe 10:30 or
Okay,
11.
okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. See you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
What is in that safe? An unexpected find in Southern California is creating a lot of buzz and money for charity. Al Mooney and his family bought an old diner in Long Beach and were renovating it to a pizza joint when they discovered an old safe in the back. There's drill marks that people tried to get into it but were unsuccessful. Selling $5 raffle tickets for a chance to win whatever is inside. The raffle has raised more than $13,000. The tavern is donating to a local youth shelter.
주님 나라
Drawing and the open.
임하시고
Degrees now in the city. Acura, this is we are going up to 61 degrees cloudy today in Midtown. I love this place. Watching him. If you have geographic atrophy or GA, 3 minutes progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or vacuum-captured pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today. I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300. You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside. I'm saving the cash back using Upside to help pay. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SAVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can get it anytime right to bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SAVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SAVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news. Fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking. The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax. Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for. We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most. Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly. Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-277-7310. 800-277-7310. 800-277-7310. No better time to enter the Dime Small Business Challenge. You could win 10 grand for your small business. All the info is at 1010wins.com/challenge. All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world. Good morning. 52 degrees at 9:20 on Saturday, May 2nd. I'm Kathleen Merkel-Kalb, and here's what's happening. How are they getting home? Travelers in limbo as Spirit Airlines shuts down after federal bailout talks go nowhere. The footage is out. Put it down! Put it down! NYPD releases disturbing body cam images of last month's machete attack and deadly police shooting at Grand Central. Multiple shooting overnight in Texas, at least 2 dead, 9 wounded in Amarillo. Workers celebrate May Day, rallies across the 5 boroughs and in hundreds of other cities, too. Awards are for humans. Oscar sets some strict new rules on AI. Yanks and Mets win. 10-10 wins AccuWeather, mostly cloudy, cool, showers and spots across Long Island, the high. Wednesday's time, 9:21. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Jody Bale. Still have a mess on the island. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. It's crash and overturn has that right lane blocked Southern State westbound near Eagle Avenue. The delays back to Grand Avenue and Baldwin Road. Sunrise Highway, Hempstead Turnpike, options. LIE, Northern State, they're moving. East side of Manhattan, that is not moving. Construction both ways between East 79th and East 71st. That blocks the left lane both ways. Southbound F Yard, the jams are going back to the East 100s. Northbound, you're slowing back to the East 50s. You may want to consider your first, Second Avenue. Even the west side is clear. In the Bronx, the jams are kicking in. Westbound Cross Bronx between Castle Hill Avenue and 3rd Avenue. Eastbound's not bad for now. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Hudson River crossings. Inbound George, 10 to 15, both decks. Got that lower level right lane construction. Outbound's 5 to 10. Minor delays, both sides at the Lincoln and Holland. No detail. 10-10 wins at 92.3 FM. Determined to end veteran suicide, Canines for Warriors is the nation's leading nonprofit providing service dogs for veterans. To learn more, visit caninesforwarriors.org. K9S4warriors.org. If you were planning to fly Spirit Airlines today, do not go to the airport. That's what the airline's telling passengers, with all flights canceled and no customer service available hours after it shut down early today after 34 years of business. I'm actually shocked, but at this point, I don't know what to do at this point. Spirit helped define the era of no-frills air travel, ultra-low base fares with food for nearly everything else. From bags to seats to snacks, a model that's spread across the industry. But the bargain carrier buckling under years of pressure. First, the COVID pandemic, then competition from larger airlines, and most recently, surging fuel costs, more than doubling. I hope the prices aren't too much higher. Whoever else I have to fly with. Michelle Franzen, ABC News for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. Now, passengers are trying to figure out what to do next. At Newark Liberty, this traveler told Channel 7. After a very long flight from Europe. Good. And so now I have to find a way home. And what happens now? Industry analyst Henry Hartfield.
If you paid for your ticket with a credit card, your bank or credit card issuer should issue you a refund after the airline shuts down. If you've paid cash or redeemed frequent flyer miles, unfortunately, you're out of luck. You have no way of getting your cash back or your frequent flyer miles refunded.
The airline has more than 15,000 employees. They could lose their job if Spirit liquidates. All of this came after last-minute talks yesterday for a federal bailout. There were reports of a $500 million proposal on the table, but no announcement. And the airline shut down at around 2:30 a.m. Of course, stay with 1010 Wins for all the latest info. The body cam footage is out. Put it down! Put it down! That is body cam footage released last night from last month's machete attack and deadly police shooting at Grand Central Terminal. The video shows officers confronting 44-year-old Anthony Griffin, who police say slashed 3 people in the subway at Grand Central, and then police found him with machete in hand. Nobody wants to hurt you. We can talk about it. Get down. Get down. Dude, I'm not going to ask you again. Please. Finally, Griffin says, "I am Lucifer," and moves toward the officers. They order him to stop and open fire. Griffin was pronounced dead at Bellevue soon after. The 3 slashing victims survived. Well, May is a great month to watch the skies. Manhattanhenge returns, and there are 2 full moons, as well as a meteor shower. The first full moon was May 1st, yesterday. The second, also known as a blue moon, comes on May 31st. And then there's Manhattanhenge, the very cool effect where the sun lines up with the street grid. That is set for May 28th and 29th. And just to add to your fun, the Eta Aquarids meteor shower runs until May 21st. 52 degrees right now, going up to 61 in Midtown.
What does one Philly hotel stay get you in 2026, America's 250th birthday year? Free parking for starters, plus admission to 5 must-see attractions across the region. See the world's premier Universal theme parks, the exhibition at the Franklin Institute. Roll through the beauty that is Longwood Gardens. Meet the animals at Elmwood Park Zoo. Explore history at Mercer Museum. Discover American art at the Brandywine Museum of Art. That's up to $446 in value. The Visit Philly overnight package. Book it now at visitphilly.com.
You've seen the ads, pre-owned car prices that seem too good to be true, because often they are. Once you try to buy one, the final price is thousands more. You've been duped. But that won't happen at Major World, where what you negotiate is what you pay. Now, some things we can't help, like taxes, DMV fees, but that's it. No surprises. Don't get duped by fake low prices. Come instead to Major World. Come on, 43 bucks on the motherfucker. 1-800 or go to Major World.
Now, Bloomberg Money Watch, sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery.
The nation's media landscape could soon see a big change. iHeartMedia, the nation's biggest radio station owner with over 850 stations, is holding talks about possibly selling itself to SiriusXM Holdings, as radio's audience is divided up and many outlets struggle.
Radio now competes with, online alternatives, whether it's streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube and Amazon, and also podcasts, which have replaced a lot of what AM radio used to be.
That's Lucas Shaw, who covers media for Bloomberg.
iHeart and Sirius are 2 of the biggest players in podcasting. They have very large networks, but the amount of money that they're making from podcasts is smaller than the money that they made from radio.
Now, if a deal does happen, the combined company would have more than $12 billion in annual sales. Bloomberg Radio provides programming to SiriusXM satellite radio and is a strategic partner to iHeartMedia. I'm Tom Busby. Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. Question: what business couldn't use extra income? Hey, it's Kiki Barber. Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. With each package delivered, your business gets paid. Sign up at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery. Doctors represent actual plans. I was hurt in a car accident. My attorney now at the Barnes firm, they got me $6 million.
My attorney got me $5 million.
My attorney got me $1.4 million.
My attorney's got me $2 million.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you need help after a crash, call us. We will help get you the best result possible. Call the Barnes firm now. Best results don't predict future outcomes. Manhattan, Long Island.
Everybody loves a win. And with the New Jersey Lottery, the next winner could be you. Play today at a New Jersey Lottery retailer near you, because anything can happen in Jersey.
Game days. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at Skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where Long Island Wins, is the proud sponsor of the 1010 Wins Pickleball Tournament. NY versus NJ at four-time pickleball in Wayne. Sign up today at 1010wins.com/pickleball.
Wait, do start 9:30.
Good morning, I'm Brian Britton. An overnight mass shooting in Texas. 2 people dead, 9 people critically injured. This happened in Amarillo at a party involving juveniles and young adults. We do not have the ages of the dead or the injured, but Amarillo police do say that the party was attended by majority of juveniles and young adults. Took place at an apartment complex. Witnesses described hearing machine gun fire. Police do say a rifle-style weapon was used. Of the 9 other people injured, 5 of them are in critical condition. This is an active investigation. No word on suspects or a motive. Police say this started out as a party that then moved to this apartment complex in Amarillo when they were thrown out of the original location. Wayne's News Time, 9:31. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Jody Bell.
East side of Manhattan, a mess. We've got construction both ways between East 79th, East 71st. That blocks the left lane southbound FDR. The jams are going back to the East 100s. Northbound is slammed back to the East 50s. But wait, the cherry on top, there's now a too-tall truck messing things up. Southbound FDR at 57th Street, the right lane is blocked, and there's even more delays on top of the more delays. Consider York, 1st, and 2nd Avenue. West side is also clear. And the Bronx is pretty decent on the Deacon, the Bruckner, and Cross Bronx. Those jams are kicking in westbound between Castle Avenue and 3rd Avenue. Eastbound's not bad. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Hudson River crossings, it's 10 to 15 in. Both decks at the GWB. At the lower level, right lane blocked for roadwork. Outbound's 5 to 10 and minor delays both sides of the Lincoln and Holland. Jody Vale, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Let's get a check of the AccuWeather forecast here. We'll get an update now with meteorologist John Feerick.
Clouds and a few sunny breaks out there for the rest of today. In general, it looks like the clouds will win out, keeping it on the cool side. The high today in the low 60s, a little bit below the average for early May. Be a shower or two that rolls through, but both places and most of the time dry. Then tonight, a coastal storm passes by to the southeast. A little bit of rain that flips eastern Long Island. Otherwise, sky clears out through the night. We're down to 45, and then plenty of sunshine, but tomorrow breezy cool. Highs in the low 60s. Then we'll start to warm up. Monday, sunshine, breezy up to 71. Really looks like a beautiful day. Windy and warm. Tuesday, partly sunny. We're up near 80, and then we'll see some showers again by the time we get to Wednesday. Right now in Central Park, 52. Mostly cloudy, going up to 61 in Midtown. Matthew John Feerick on New York's weather station, 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
As we bring in the first weekend in May, yesterday was a day of activism across the U.S. and even the world as protesters held May Day rallies calling for peace, higher wages, better working conditions. Mayor Mamdani.
I would not stand in front of the mayor of our city were it not for the support of working people. And it's such a pleasure to be back here with all of you in Washington Square Park, the cradle of worker power.
Now in Chicago, thousands came out for a May Day protest. Protesters calling for an end to immigration raids. Union organizers like this woman say unions are beneficial to the working class. Across the country, this year's May Day themes included slogans like "People over billionaires," "Tax the rich," and "No ice, no war." May Day is also called International Workers' Day in other parts of the country and the world. Reactions now after a 9-year-old was struck and killed by a bus in Williamsburg in a busy intersection where there were no crosswalk markings.
So important that we make every single street in New York City safer for all of us, but especially our children. This intersection, it's a 5-way, there's 5 different roads that come together here. It's one of the busy intersections in all of Williamsburg.
Councilmember Lincoln Ressler talking with 1010 Winds about that junction of Lee Avenue, Lorimer Street, and Wallabout Street. There were no crosswalk markings because of recent paving work.
This extremely busy intersection of Lee and Lorimer is where a 9-year-old boy struck and killed by a yellow school bus. Teskey says this is a tragedy in this community.
It's very sad for the 9-year-old.
Police tell us the school bus driver is cooperating at this time. Anna works just a block away.
And then they told me that the kid got hit by a bus and the kid didn't make it, and I just felt really bad about the kid. I work with kids. I love kids.
Members of this tight-knit Jewish community say this boy, only 9, will be laid to rest in New Jersey. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Winds on 93 FM in Williamsburg.
61% of Americans think U.S. military action against Iran was a mistake. That's the latest ABC News Washington Post poll that also says only 36% think it was the right thing to do. All of this as President Trump says he's thinking of ramping up military action. Just as he's declaring hostilities have terminated, the president also says he is considering not just continuing the war, but escalating military operations. Speech in Florida, the president not sounding like it's over.
Let's not talk about anything until it gets finished.
Congress has been asked to authorize past military actions, including in Afghanistan and Iraq. U.S. bombing of Iran has mostly stopped since a ceasefire 3 weeks ago, but U.S. military operations continue, including the U.S. naval blockade of Iran. About 50,000 troops are in the Middle East. That is correspondent Alex Stone. Trump also now claiming he does not have to go to Congress to get approval for the war with Iran. He says because the fighting has, in his words, terminated or it's on pause, he doesn't need to adhere to the legal 60-day deadline to get lawmakers' approval, which is what the 1973 War Powers Resolution does require. Well, coming up, the Oscars with some new rules about keeping things real. 1010 Winds Entertainment is next.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. Here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-809-7989. That's 800-809-7989. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk Exercise. Sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own. And in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans. Medicare included. Call 800-809-7989. That's 800-809-7989 today. This is the sound of Jack cutting his way to a small fortune. The Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, however you make money work, you can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
1010 Wins Entertainment, in an effort to keep it real, and we mean keep it human, the Academy Awards with some new rules.
New rules for the 99th Academy Awards. Screenplays must be written by humans. Actors must be actual people to be eligible to win an Oscar. And the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences says it reserves the right to ask movie makers how they used artificial intelligence and the extent of human involvement in their films. As AI reshapes the creative process, the Academy's Board of Governors appears to be trying to make sure humans take center stage when it comes to what is Oscar-worthy.
That is correspondent Heather Bond. With some new cancellation. I'm totally bummed by this. I love this show. Stumble, which followed the ragtag cheerleaders of Sammy Davis Senior Junior College, has been given the boot after its freshman season.
I thought you were coming. My parents wanted me to get my championship ring. Aw, I can tell it.
And Brilliant Minds, which starred Zachary Quinto as a neurologist struggling with his mental health, has also been scrapped. 3 NBC shows, The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins, Law and Order, and The Hunting Party, still have not been told if they are coming back.
Entertainment on 1010 Wins is sponsored by Shulman and Hill, New York's injury lawyers.
HurtNY.com.
That's HurtNY.com. Since we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see and hear lots of lawyer ads. It seems that most are bragging on what they got their clients. But be careful. If you heard that someone sold their car for $500,000, you would be impressed. But if you later learn that it was a rare $10 million Ferrari, would you say that person got screwed? And that's before you even know if it's true, who is fact-checking, and how much went to medical bills and lawyers' fees. If you want to get an idea what your case may be really worth, go to 40people.com and go to settlements and verdicts. You will see what a law firm like ours is capable of. And fact-check for yourself. All that glitters is not gold. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. We won big, a lot. At Morgan & Morgan, we represent consumers. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com. Injured? Dial Pal Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office.
This fast later is too late. Get it first, get it fast, get it now. 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Watch never stops. It's 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. Give us 22 minutes.
Good morning. It is 52 degrees at 9:40 on Saturday. May 2nd. I'm Brian Britton. This is what's happening. It's on Airlines. No, you're not.
Starting in line, do you want a refund or do you want to rebook or get ready?
For what? Budget Airlines shutting down operations overnight. The Trump administration blaming Joe Biden. Abortion drugs by mail no longer legal. The federal appeals court says abortion pills must be obtained in person. After a viral social media ad for a teenage takeover, the mayor of a New Jersey town preemptively shutting down his town park. The Trump administration once again targeting congestion pricing. We'll tell you what they're doing now. A long-awaited sequel to The Devil Wears Prada hits theaters. Folks get all dressed up to go see it, all glammed out. The Yankees are at home today against the Orioles. Mets play tonight in L.A. The hunt for the Triple Crown begins with the 152nd running of the Kentucky Derby later tonight. AccuWeather, cloudy, cool, maybe a shower. Rated only to a high of 61. Wednesday's time, 9:41. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Jody Vale.
That's construction chaos in Brooklyn in Belgawanis, BQE, right between Prospect, Atlantic Avenue. The outbound side, status motionless between Flushing Avenue and the Brooklyn Battery. These river crossings, they're acceptable. Queens, LIE jams both ways between the Cross Island and the Clearview. Then you have more slowdowns between Queens and Grand Central. I'd take that. That looks pretty decent right now. Though. Bronx Cross Bronx jams kicking in westbound between Castle Hill Avenue and 3rd Avenue. We've got more slowdowns at the Deacon heading to the bridge. Eastbound's not bad. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Hudson River crossings. GWB inbound, it's 10 to 15 both decks. Outbound, we're also looking at 10 to 15. Got minor delays both sides. Call it 5 to 10 at the Lincoln and Holland. If you're flying on Spirit Airlines heading to the airport, hold on. We've got the info you need. Jody Vale. 10 wins at 93.3 FM.
All right, let's talk about it. Yeah, no more Spirit Airlines. After 34 years, the budget airline announcing this morning it was ceasing operations. They wasted no time. They canceled all flights. Customer service no longer available. You cannot call, you cannot email, you cannot chat. And there are thousands of people who are in the middle of trips who now don't have a way home.
The airline shutting down, tens of thousands of flyers are likely stranded mid-trip. So they will have to find other ways home. But Spirit Airlines is no more.
That is correspondent Chris Van Cleve. Some airlines are now stepping up to offer rescue fares for people who are truly stuck with no way to get home. Spirit had been struggling financially, but the final blow was the war with Iran that blew fuel prices sky high. 2 years ago, when financial problems began, Spirit and JetBlue attempted a merger, something referenced by current Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy this morning in a message on social media, where he blames the failure of Spirit on the Biden administration. Quoting here, yet another mess the traveling public has to inherit thanks to the radical policies of Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg. In blocking the JetBlue Spirit merger back in 2024, they turned their backs on the American consumer. Regardless of how we got here, though, Duffy promises the Trump administration is committed to taking care of you and your family. The Trump administration taking credit for activating our airline partners to ensure passengers are not stranded, something that the airlines themselves say they were doing on their own. So what do you do if you are stuck or if you've got tickets for an upcoming flight?
For passengers seeking refunds, the airline says tickets bought directly with a credit or debit card will be returned to the original form of payment. Those who book through a travel agent are being told to contact that company directly. But for customers who used vouchers, credits, or loyalty points, any potential reimbursement will be decided later through the bankruptcy process. The company has also set up a website with more details about the shutdown and next steps for travelers. Michelle Franzen, ABC News for 10 Wins on 92.3 FM.
A little more of an update now on these rescue fares that other airlines are providing.
Some airlines have said that they will offer what they call rescue fares. These are fares capped at a certain amount. They won't be available on every Spirit route, but they'll be available on some. You may need to show proof of travel on Spirit, such as an email copy of your itinerary. And if there are seats available, the airline will sell you a fare. But remember, we are approaching summer travel, so it may not be easy to get a seat.
That is airline analyst Henry Hardevel talking to 10 Wins. Now, if you go to the Spirit website, because you are looking for more information, you really won't find much. One big message at the top of the screen that says, do not go to the airport, and then just letting folks know that they are effectively now out of business. A federal court restricting abortion access across the United States by making it illegal to obtain abortion drugs by mail.
The Federal Appeals Court issued a nationwide order barring the distribution of the abortion pill mifepristone by pharmacies and by mail. The court temporarily blocked Biden administration guidelines that had made it easier to access the pill. Mifepristone is used in nearly 2/3 of abortions in the U.S. and for early miscarriage care. This ruling is effective immediately, and it could be blocked by the Supreme Court at a later date.
That is correspondent Rhiannon Alley. The opinion was written by 2 Trump-appointed judges and one who was appointed by President George W. Bush. A Central New Jersey mayor shut down his borough park after a pop-up event promised to bring thousands of people for a basketball tournament. Carteret Mayor Dan Ryman shut down Bishop Andrews Park after the unapproved and unlicensed event was promoted on social media. Ryman says this amounts to a park takeover. He says it's illegal, it's unauthorized. He pointed to other recent incidents at the Jersey Shore and at Menlo Park Mall, where large groups of unsupervised teenagers wreaked havoc after showing up based on social media content. The Trump administration once again trying to stop congestion pricing in the city. On Friday, the Department of Justice filed an intent to appeal the March decision in federal court that kept congestion pricing in place. That decision also found federal efforts to curb the program were an abuse of power. By a statement, the MTA essentially saying, bring it on, chief of policy, quoting here, writing that Secretary Duffy is already lost in court, and if he wants to see us there again, let's go. Students at Cornell University say the university president hit them with his vehicle, though he says he was the victim. It happened Thursday. Students had gathered for a protest over the war in Gaza and surrounded the president's vehicle when he tried to drive away. Am I allowed to stand here? What? Oh my God! Oh my God! He just ran over my foot! Cornell President Michael Kotlikoff says he's the victim, though. He says students were banging on his windows surrounding his vehicle so he couldn't leave. The students do deny that. Amid an ongoing spat between President Trump and Germany's chancellor over the war in Iran, the Pentagon said Friday the U.S. will be pulling 5,000 troops out of Germany.
The move follows through on an earlier threat from President Donald Trump and amid tensions over the war in Iran with German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, who said earlier this week the U.S. had been, quote, humiliated by Iran's leadership.
That is correspondent Olivia Gazis. There are currently 36,000 service members right now stationed in Germany.
A law clerk is wanted for Onal, Gallant, Bayram, and Amin, PC, in Elmwood Park, New Jersey, to be responsible for conducting legal research and analysis of primary and secondary legal sources, including statutes, case law, legal articles, treaties, and codes, assisting attorneys in preparing legal documents, applications, and correspondences, identifying and analyzing legal issues under attorney supervision, and providing support in drafting cover letters and other legal documents. Salary $64,813 a year. Requires a bachelor's degree in pre-law or criminal justice. Experience in the job or in the job within the field of law, where one of the main duties involves reviewing and researching legal documents. Send resume to Aaron M. Bayram, 619 River Drive, Suite 340, Elmwood Park, New Jersey, 07407. Again, send resume to Aaron M. Bayram, 619 River Drive, Suite 340, Elmwood Park, New Jersey, 07407.
Hey folks, it's Gary, president of the Real Estate Authorities, and your response has been great. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. So again, if you need to sell your home, listen to me carefully. The market is changing. There's not enough supply for the demand. So if you own a home right now, you have gold. Take advantage of it. Even if you owe more in your home than it's worth and you have to short sell it, you're making money. We'll get the bank to pay you. Even if you have a property that is in need of repairs, no problem selling it. There's not a house I can't sell. Call me. 800-200-7317. That's 800-200-7317. Here's the problem. There are too many people that are getting wrong information, and it's costing you thousands and thousands of dollars. Realtors that are lowball. Investors that are trying to steal your property. You need the facts, and that's why money doesn't motivate me. You do. So call me at 800-200-7317. If your house is an investment property or has non-paying tenants or squatters or divorce sale and need repairs, or you just have equity and you want more equity, I know how to sell a property. Call me, 800-200-7317. That's 800-200-7317.
There's a new name in healthcare here in New Jersey, but it's not new doctors. It's not a new system. It's something better. The Medical Group of New Jersey is made up of private doctors, respected physicians from every specialty, who came together with one shared belief that healthcare should be about people, not profit. 200 doctors, one network, committed to patient-centered care, where compassion and innovation walk hand in hand. Here, you'll find leaders in medicine, experts in health, neighbors who care for families like yours every single day. Because your health isn't business, it's personal. For offices and locations near you, visit medgroupnj.com. The Medical Group of New Jersey. Your health is our specialty.
Coming up, a New York lawmaker wants to make poorly written parking tickets invalid. We'll tell you what he's saying. That's coming up. But first, Wednesday News Time 9:51. Let's get ready to go. Here's Jody Vale.
Patience needed if you're taking the northbound Hutch into Westchester. Construction, that's jamming you up as you make your way, pretty much go up city all the way up to the cross county. And then we're looking at the New England Thruway, which is just laughing at everybody on the Hutch. I mean, not really, but it's definitely a way to go. In the Bronx, Cross Bronx, that's getting loaded up between Castle Hill Avenue and the Deacon Ramps. Eastbound, we're seeing the slowdowns off the bridge. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels at the Hudson River crossings. George Washington Bridge, back 10 to 15, both decks. We've got the lower level construction blocking that right lane. Outbound, it's also 10 to 15. I've got minor delays, both sides, the Lincoln and the Holland. Jody Vale, 10-10 wins at 92.3 FM.
Let's get outside. We get a check of the accurate of the forecast. Here's meteorologist John Fearon.
We'll have clouds and some sunny breaks out there for the rest of today. Definitely going to be on the cool side out there with the cloud cover. The high only 61 in Midtown. A couple of spots to see a shower here. But really, a lot of the time today is going to be dry, just on the cool side. A little rain would clip eastern Long Island this evening. Otherwise, we're dry for tonight. The sky will gradually clear out. Down to 55. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, but still another breezy, cool day. High low 60s. Then we'll start to warm up. Monday, mostly sunny, breezy, up to 70. Windy and warm Tuesday, partly sunny, roughly 80, and then it does look like it'll be a little bit cooler again Wednesday with some showers, highs in the low 70. Right out Central Park, 52 and mostly cloudy, 61 this afternoon in Midtown. AccuWeather meteorologist John Feerick on New York's weather station, 1010 winds, 92.3.
A proposal from New York State Assemblyman William Colton would make any parking tickets that contain illegible information or are missing information null and void. He tells 1010 winds about his idea.
So it's a matter of fairness. Someone very often will get a ticket that was not on their car. They never found it on the car. That they now received the ticket and it has missing information. And they don't know whether they're guilty or not.
Now, this isn't a law just yet. The proposal has passed the New York State Assembly, but it is still in the Senate Transportation Committee. The Devil Wears Prada 2 is in theaters. Fans are putting on their designer clothes and heels and out to go see it.
Fans were dressed to the nines to see The Devil Wears Prada 2, which finally hit theaters.
Amazing. I think I like the second one better. That first one, you can't ever redo it. But number 2 is just as amazing. What would you guys rate it from 1 to 10? 7.5.
I'd go 8, I'd say. But one thing's for sure. Fans say the fashion in the movie was on point.
Every single running scene where she had wear a new outfit, it was so cute. I definitely thought the looks were comparable to the first movie. Finale outfits, they were gorgeous. The best part?
Yep. And giving everyone the inspiration to go shopping for the spring. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM in Kips Bay.
Tonight, New York will glow red in honor of local fallen firefighters. It is part of the nationwide Light the Night campaign led by the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation.
Their sacrifice matters, and that's where our opportunity to really express our gratitude for their sacrifice as well as their loved one has served their communities.
That is Victor Stagnaro, CEO of the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Landmarks around the city that will glow red tonight: One World Trade, One Bryant Park, both in Manhattan, and Hallett's Point out in Astoria, Queens. Thousands of New York students couldn't finish their standardized tests after the vendor who created the computer-based exams had server problems for the second year in a row. NWEA says they've now fixed the issue, which led to kids in grades 3 through 8 being kicked off online in the middle of
쿠팡의 최종 실세가 밝혀졌습니다. 우리 국민을 호구 취급하며 3,300만 명의 국민 신상을 털어먹더니 아예 미국 백 믿고 일개 기업이 대한 민국의 안보까지 협박하며 날뛰는 상황. 그런데 더 기가 막힌 건 이런 국가위기 상황에서도 인당 6억의 성과급을 내놓으라며 이재용 회장 집 앞을 점령한 노조의 탐욕입니다. 대체 언제까지 우리 국민들의 삶과 안위가 이들의 놀이터가 되어야 합니까? 결국 이재명 대통령은 이 썩은 뿌리를 도려낼 반격을 시작했습니다. 거머리처럼 달라붙은 쿠팡을 찢어버리고 미국 마저 경악하게 만든 반격. 그 통쾌했던 순간 함께 확인하시죠.
작년 말 개인정보 대량 유출 사건 이후 김 의장 동생인 김유석 씨가 보수와 주식을 합해 1년 동안 30억 원 넘게 받았다는 지적이 제기됐습니다.
조금 전에 임원이라고 그랬잖아요. No, I said he was an employee.
김유석은 직원입니다. 김유석은 직원입니다. 그리고 평균적으로 자기 직급의 그 다른 직원에 비해서 평균적으로 급여는 더 낮습니다.
쿠팡은 임원이 아니라 본사에서 파견된 직원일 뿐이라 주장했지만 공정위 판단은 달랐습니다. 김일석 씨가 부사장급으로 거액의 보수에 비서까지 두며 임원급 처우를 받았다는 겁니다. 물류 배송 관련 화상회의도 수백 차례 주재했고 계열사 대표를 불러 업무 실적까지 점검하며 실제 경영에 참여한 것으로 판단했습니다.
최상위 등급은 쿠팡 내에 딱 한 명이 있고요. 좀 더 구체적으로 말씀드리면 그 밑에 등급에 있는 게 지금 김일석이고 그 등급은 거의 대표 이사급입니다.
앞으로 쿠팡은 총 수일가가 20% 이상 지분을 보유한 모든 해외 계열사의 현황을 공시해야 합니다. 당분간 일감 몰아주기 등 사익 편취도 금지되고 법적 책임도 훨씬 무거워집니다. 다른 대기업들처럼 정부가 지배구조와 내부 거래 등을 보다 면밀히 통제할 수 있게 된 겁니다. 쿠팡은 즉각 반발했습니다. 쿠팡은 미국 상장사로 미국에서 공시 의무를 준수하고 있는 만큼 이중 규제이자 차별적 조치라고 했습니다. 또 김범석 의장이 미국 국적자인데 한국 법상의 총수로 지정한 건 한미 FTA의 최애국 대우 의무 위반이라고 주장했습니다. 쿠팡은 행정소송을 예고했습니다. MBC 뉴스 김민영입니다.
공정거래위원회가 쿠팡 김범석 의장의 동일인 지정 사실을 알린 정오 무렵 비교섭단체와 무소속 국회의원들을 만난 이재명 대통령이 인사말을 하면서 대외 문제를 언급했습니다.
대외 문제에 대해서는 자해적 행위를 하는 경우는 찾기가 쉽지 않은데 아쉽게도 우리 안에는 그런 요소들이 조금은 남아있는 것 같습니다.
이어 이 대통령은 여기 계신 분들이 그런다는 얘기는 전혀 아니라며 뼈있는 농담을 던졌습니다. 최근 대북정보 공유 제한, 쿠팡 문제 등 한미 현안을 놓고 국민의힘이 연일 한국 정부만 비판하자 이 대통령이 이를 겨냥한 것으로 풀이됩니다.
외교안보 분야에 있어서만큼은 서로 어떤 당론이라던가 각각의 의견이나 견해보다는 국익이 가장 최우선 되어야 한다라는.
쿠팡은 매출 대부분을 국내에서 올리지만 모 회사는 미국 증권시장에 상장된 미국 회사입니다. 미국의 자국 기업 차별 금지 기조에 쿠팡의 전방위적인 로비까지 맞물리며 개인정보 유출 문제는 사실상 외교적 사안이 됐습니다. JD 벤스 미국 부통령과 공화당 의원 50여 명이 쿠팡에 대한 제재 중단을 요청하고 나서는 등 쿠팡 문제가 이슈로 떠오르면서 한미 안보 협의에도 영향을 주게 된 겁니다. 청와대는 쿠팡은 기업의 문제라며 쿠팡 문제는 법적 절차대로 진행하고 안보 협상은 안보 협상대로 진전해야 된다는 원칙을 강조하고 있습니다.
주권 국가로서 당당한 자세로 우방들과 진정한 우정을 쌓는 외교에 주력하도록 하겠습니다.
특히 쿠팡이 행정소송까지 꺼내들며 반발하는 동일인 지정에 대해서도 우리나라 모든 기업에 적용되는 기준을 적용했다며 법과 원칙에 따른 것이라고 선을 그었습니다. MBC 뉴스 정상빈입니다.
쿠팡 미국 법인은 지난 4월 미 증권당국에 회사의 특수 관계인에 대해 보고하면서 지난해 김범석 의장의 동생 김유석 씨가 약 6억 3천만 원 연봉과 양도할 수 없도록 조건이 걸린 주식 7만 4천여 주를 받았다고 신고했습니다. 작년 한 해 연봉과 주식을 합쳐 김 회장보다도 더 많은 금전적 대가를 받은 겁니다. 김유석 씨는 쿠팡이 미 증시에 상장된 2021년부터 4년간 140억 원을 받았는데 쿠팡 측은 김 씨가 임원이 아닌 단순 실무 직원이라고 주장해왔습니다.
수사가 시작되자 쿠팡이 선택한 건 반성이 아닌 추악한 로비였습니다. 미국 의원 뒤에 숨어 우리 정부를 압박하고 언론까지 주무른 그 소름 돋는 내막 바로 확인하시죠.
그러니까 한국 정부에서 뭔가 조치를 취하면 뭐 하나 듣는 게 없습니다, 사실은. 그럼 법을 빼면 돼요. 국제법이 가깝습니까? 국내법이 국내법이 훨씬 없을 거예요. 그러니까 이게 대통령이 그런 얘기를 한 적이 있었잖아요. 그러니까 우리가 가지고 있는 규제와 뭐 이렇게 처벌할 수 있는 것들이 있으면 이걸 철저히 보여주면 되는 것이다. 예, 라는 얘기를 했었는데 이상하리만큼 언론들은요. 쿠팡 기준에서 기사를 쓰는 경우들이 많습니다. 받았겠죠. 역시 그걸 의심해야 되는 건가요? 100%라고.
지난번에도 나와서 말씀을 드렸지만 그 쿠팡 대관의 출입 기록을 국회 사무처가 공개하지 않았잖아요. 제가 그거를 정보 공개를 청구했던 기자님에게 연락을 해서 우리 소송을 하자라고 이제 연락을 드렸는데 답이 없으셔갖고 제가 월요일에 제가 청구를 했습니다. 그래서 만약에 여기에 대해서 그 국회 사무처가 다른 5대 기업과 다르게 쿠팡만 공개를 하지 않을 경우에는 행정소송을 통해서라도 도대체 누구를 만나고 어떤 미팅이 있었는지를 알아내서 예, 그걸 좀 확인해 볼 예정입니다.
예. 제가 늘 예를 들어 가수 유승준, 가수 유승준 그럼 왜 못 들어옵니까? 그죠? 우리 국민들이 그렇죠. 영리를 건드렸기 때문에 국내법을 우선적으로 해석해가지고 못 들어온 거 아니에요. 국내에 있는 모든 것은 국내법을 적용해서 그렇게 하는 게 자주국가의 기본적인 상식이고요. 여기에서 좀 더 확장하자면 우리 그 대한민국 외교부에 의존만 하는 그 경향이 있습니다. 혁신해야 됩니다. 예를 들어 볼게요. 쿠팡 관련 일들이 있고 그다음에 통상 관련 마찰들이 있었을 때 외교부가 미국 정부에 대한 대로비력이 좋을까요? 삼성이 좋을까요? 현대가 좋을까요? 우리 외교부 형식적으로 의전 중심의 프로토콜 중심의 외교만 하잖아요. 그런 부분들 이번에 좀 개혁도 해야 되고 그다음에 또 덧붙이자면 이번에 국회의장 선거했는데 국회의 미국 관련 외교 이런 것들도 근본적으로 좀 확장시켜야 됩니다. 의회 외교. 대통령이 그렇게 이야기했잖아요. 50개 주에 외교관 파견하고 싶다. 진짜 근거 있는 이야기예요. 지금 뭐 이게 사실
쿠팡이라는 하나의 기업이지만 쿠팡이 지금처럼 이게 21년도에 그러니까 대기업 지정이 됐단 말이에요. 그러니까 우리가 흔히 말하는 재벌이 된 거 아닙니까? 그럼 재벌이 우리나라 법에 따라서 져야 될 책임들이 있는데 쿠팡은 그걸 우회해서 비켜왔던 것이고 돈은 우리나라에서 벌고 로비는 미국에 펼치고 뭐 우리나라에서도 하겠습니다만 지금은 무슨 이거 백악관에 보고하겠다 뭐 이런 얘기를 했어요 쿠팡이.
수사를 받으면서 백악관에 보고해야 되니까 수사 상황을 알려달라는 게 이게 혐의를 받는 사람이 할 수 있는 말이니까. 그러니까 점점 더 대한민국 시민들의 영린을 건드리고 있어. 더는 용서할 수 없는 지경으로까지 저희 자존심을 건드리는 거예요.
예,
심지어 한미 안보까지.
캄보디아에는 우리 캄보디아에 보고해야 되니까 우리 조직 수사하고 있는 거 어떻게 굴러가는지 알려달라는 자료게 보여.
그렇죠. 캄보디아는 추진국이니까 우리가 그것과 관계없이 우리가 주도적으로 행사하고 미국은 우리보다 강대국이니까 그냥 둔다. 이거는 있을 수 없는 거예요. 자주국가로서.
미국 백 믿고 기고만장하던 쿠팡을 이재명 대통령이 잘라냈습니다. 대한민국을 호구로 본 그들 추악함을 쓸어버리고 대한민국 주권을 바로 세운 이재명 대통령의 결단의 순간을 똑똑히 기억해주세요.
미국 측이 쿠팡 문제를 이유로 안보 협의까지 늦추고 있다는 상황에서 우리 정부가 이례적으로 서울과 워싱턴의 대미 외교 당국자들을 한 번에 교체했습니다. 쿠팡의 로비 결과로 의심되는 미국 측 압박에 사실관계를 바로잡는 답신을 보내는 등의 대응책도 준비하고 있는데요.
금이 한국 대사관의 경제공사와 공공외교공사가 동시에 교체됐습니다. 넉 달 넘게 비어있던 정무공사도 새로 임명했습니다. 대사 아래 서열 2, 3 차위 인사를 한 번에 바꾸는 건 극히 이례적입니다. 외교부 북미국장까지 승진 발탁하면서 서울과 워싱턴의 대미 외교 현장에 일제히 변화를 줬습니다. 외교부는 인사 주기가 도래한 것일 뿐이라며 확대 해석을 경계했지만 한미 관계 발전에 큰 기여를 할 것이라며 기대감은 감추지 않았습니다.
그 누구보다도 한미 간의 정상 문제를 잘 다루어 나갈 것으로 그렇게 확신을 합니다.
미국 측이 쿠팡 문제를 이유로 안보 협의까지 늦출 수 있다고 압박하는 상황에서 인적 쇄신을 계기로 한 협의 복원을 염두에 뒀다는 해석이 나오는 이유입니다. 정부는 쿠팡 문제와 별개로 안보 협의는 진전돼야 한다는 입장을 강조하고 있습니다.
쿠팡이 미국뿐 아니라 한국에서도 로비의 혈안이라는 것은 이미 알려진 사실입니다. 그런데 이번에는 기업의 저승사자로 불리는 금융감독원 정관 2명을 임원으로 영입하려다 제동이 걸렸습니다. 박준호 기자입니다.
정부 공직자윤리위원회가 공개한 이달 퇴직공직자 취업심사 결과입니다. 지난해 퇴사한 금융감독원 3급과 4급 직원이 다음 달 중 쿠팡에 이사로 취업하겠다는 요청에 취업 제한 결정을 내렸습니다. 퇴직 전 5년 동안의 업무가 쿠팡과 밀접한 관련성이 있다고 밝힌 금감원의 영향력이 커지기 때문이란 분석입니다. 실제로 금융위원회는 지난 15일 금감원 특별사법경찰의 직무규칙을 개정하기로 했습니다. 금융위 금감원이 자체 조사하던 사건 중 신속한 수사가 필요한 것은 검찰 고발 통보 없이 수사심의위원회를 거쳐 수사로 전환할 수 있게 한 겁니다. 지금까지는 금감원이 자체 인지해 조사하던 사건을 바로 특사경에 이첩하지 못하고 검찰에 고발한 뒤 수사 지휘를 받아야 하는 구조였습니다. 여기에 올해 10월 검찰이 해체되면 금감원 특사경의 수사 권한은 대폭 강화될 전망입니다. 기존 검사의 수사 지휘권이 사라지면 특사경이 별도의 지휘 감독 없이 독립적으로 수사를 진행하게 되기 때문입니다. 그간 쿠팡은 입법, 행정, 사법에 걸쳐 전방위적으로 전관을 영입해왔습니다.
공정위, 검찰, 경찰 등 수사기관을 넘어서 고용노동부, 기획재정부, 산업통상자원부까지 전방위적으로 영입을 한 것입니다.
3년 중에서 제일 높은 연도에 3%를.
바로 그렇게 검토하겠습니다.
네. 이게 지금 경제 제재들이 너무 약해가지고 아예 위반을 밥 먹듯이 하고요. 위반해도 신경도 별로 안 쓰는 것 같아요. 위반하면 난리가 나야 되는 거 아닙니까? 그런데 위반해도 본 태도를 보면 뭐 어쩔 건데 이런 느낌이 들어요. 너무 우리나라는 경제 제재가 너무 약해서 위반을 너무 쉽게 생각하는 것 같습니다. 위반하지 않기 위한 노력을 충분히 해야 되고 비용도 들여야 되는데 그런 노력들이 잘 안 보여서 앞으로는 이런 거 위반해가지고 국민들한테 피해 주고 그러면 엄청난 경제 제재를 다 당한다. 잠깐만 회사 망한다. 이 생각이 들게 만들어야 됩니다.
글로벌 기업이든지 국내 소기업이든지 관계없이 법과 원칙에 따라서 상식적으로 대처하도록 할 겁니다. 그 다음에 국제규범이라고 하는 것도 있기 때문에 글로벌 기업 규제 문제는 뭐 유럽의 사례들도 꽤 있어서 우리가 거의 맞춰서 상식적으로 또 대한민국 주권국가라고 하는 그 점도 고려해서 정당하게 처리하면 된다고 생각합니다.
국권을 흔드는 외부의 적쿠팡도 모자라 이제는 안에서부터 국가 경제의 심장을 멈추려 하는 탐욕이 치솟고 있습니다. 전국이 위기인 이 순간에도 인당 6억이라는 요구를 하며 회장 집 앞까지 점령한 삼성노조. 대체 그들의 탐욕은 누구를 위한 것입니까?
영업이익 15% 성과급 지급 등을 촉구하며 총파업을 예고한 삼성전자 노동조합이 총파업 첫날인 다음 달 21일 이재용 회장 자택 앞에서 집회를 진행할 전망입니다. 삼성전자 초기업 노조는 오늘 서울 용산경찰서에 한남동 이재용 회장 자택 앞에서 다음 달 21일 오후 1시쯤 집회를 열겠다고 신고했습니다. 약 50여 명으로 알려졌습니다. 이와 관련해 노조 관계자는 집회 인원은 정해진 바 없으며 시위보다는 총파업 계획을 발표하는 기자회견 형식으로 열릴 가능성이 높다고 연합뉴스에 설명했습니다. 삼성전자 노조조합원 4만여 명은 어제 오후 평택 사업장에 모여 투쟁 결의대회를 진행했습니다. 대회에서 노조는 성과급 상한 폐지 제도화를 촉구하며 다음 달 21일부터 6월 7일까지 총파업을 예고했습니다.
삼성전자 노사 협상 중인데요. 노조가 예를 들어서 40조 단위의 성과급을 요구하고 있다. 뭐 등등등 이런 얘기들이 지금 나오고 있어요.
워낙 장사를 잘했으니까.
예, 요 배경과 이 안에 숨겨져 있는 다양한 논점들을 같이 한번 얘기해 보시면 좋을 것 같습니다. 일단은 맥락이 있습니다. 먼저 하이닉스가 사실은 작년에 인단협을 체결하면서 두 가지 큰 결정을 했어요. 하나는 성과급 상한선을 없애버렸어요. 기존에는 상한이 있었어요. 그리고 둘째, 초과이익 난 거의 10%를 재원으로 해서 이거는 무조건 노조에게 성과급으로 간다. 이렇게 비율로 정해버렸어요.
와.
근데 지금 어마어마한 성과가 나잖아요. 그래서 한간에서 계산이 좀 잘못됐는데 실제로 받는 이익을 계산해보면요. 적어도 올해 1인당 8억 정도는 받을 것 같아요. 하이닉스 직원들. 성과급으로요. 본봉 말고.
아니 그 하이닉스 직원인데
직원이요.
1인당 8억을 성과급으로 받아요?
예. 그리고 근데 만약에 부부가 다니는 직원이 있을 거 아닙니까? 이분들은 본봉 빼고 거의 뭐 16억, 18억 이렇게 받아요. 1년에. 지금 성과급으로.
1년인데?
1년 얘기하는 거예요. 근데 만약에
야 뭐야 야. 하이닉스 싸다고 했지. 걸 하이닉스. 야 뭐야? 어지럽네.
이 정도 성과가 앞으로 2, 3년 더 간다는 전망이 일단 있잖아요. 그러면 부부 직원이라고 하면은요. 한 3년 지나면 한 7, 80억씩 성과급 받는 거예요. 너무 부럽죠. 자, 부럽고
무슨 나라야 이 나라.
부럽고 축하할 만한 일인데 이 순간 갑자기 떠오르던 회사. 1등 삼성전자 노조는 지난 3년간 우린 성과급 못 받았어. 그럼 우리 임단협 할 때 우린 뭐야? 우리도 그럼 이 정도까지 해야지라고 해서 삼성전자 노조가 세게 요구를 한 게 있어요. 우리는 이익에 그러면 15%를 줘라. 라는 요구를 지금 하기 시작했습니다. 하이닉스가 10%니까요. 우린 15를 달라 이렇게 얘기했는데 혹시 기억하세요? 저희가 몇 주 전에 나와서 삼성전자 이번 분기 실적 얘기했던 엄청난 서프라이즈예요. 57조가 나왔잖아요. 영업이익이. 삼성전자 아무리 잡아도 올해 300조가 간다. 내년에 488조 간다. 그래서 내가 막 엔비디아 같은 거 중소기업 아니냐 이렇게 얘기한
엔비디아 우리가 많이 걱정해줬어. 별도로 올라가 있어요. 중개편. 삼성이 세계 1위기업 된다. 봤어요.
그렇게 계좌번호를 나눠보면 또 어마어마하게 되는 거예요. 자, 이게 지금 협상 중이에요.
그 협상 중이야.
예, 그런데 남의 회사니까 알아서 하라고 그래라고 해도 되지만 이제 숨겨진 논점을 한번 말씀드려볼게요. 자, 회사가 과실을 답은 없습니다. 오늘은 생각해보자는 거예요. 회사가 엄청나게 성장해서 과실을 맺었어요. 누가 제일 많이 가져가야 될까요? 주주가 가져가야 될까요? 피땀 흘려서 일한 노동자가 먼저 가져가야 될까요? 라는 논점이 등장합니다. 왜냐하면 삼성전자 지금 올해 주가 많이 오르고 성과가 좋으니까 주주 입장에서는 배당 많이 나오고 할 거 아닙니까? 올해 배당으로 나간 금액의 총액이 대략 11조, 12조 정도예요.
한 해당 11조예요, 배당이.
이번에 정관에서 결정되고 뭐 어떻게 되는데 한 개.
11조.
야, 나는 주주인데 11조를 받아야 되는데 노동자들이 40조를 받아? 이렇게 vs 비교가 걸리면 누가 받아야 되는 거야?
야, 이거 재밌는 와두다.
이런 논점이 던져지는 겁니다.
재밌는 와두야. 네.
자, 그런데 주주가 받아야지. 주주가 더 우선이 되지 하는 분들 이렇게 얘기해요. 주주는 투자한 사람이면서 동시에 주인이야. 그리고 우리는 회사가 망하면 리스크를 져. 그것도 폭락할 수 있어. 우리는 하방이 뚫려 있단 말이야. 그러니까 상방으로 이익이 날 때 먼저 보상받아야 돼라는 논리가 하나 있고. 그리고 근로자들을 향해서 당신들